today. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We'll drink a lot of beer and then we're gonna kick your ass. Cause the pack is number one. We expect to win every motherfucking game. Having a real good year. We're laughing and singing and having a ball. And drinking lots and lots of beer. Chicago Bears can't suck it. Chicago Bears can't suck it. Chicago Bears can't suck it. And so can all their fans. That's what I'm talking about. The team's a bunch of losers and you'll never win the game. So go ahead and cry in mama's lap. Go ahead and drown your sorrows till you pass out and you puke. You know your team's a load of crap. Another Super Bowl is soon to come the Packers' way. We're having a real good year. With laughing and singing and kicking your ass. And drinking lots and lots of beer. Chicago Bears can't suck it. Chicago Bears can't suck it. Chicago Bears can't suck it. And so can all their fans. Chicago Bears can't suck it. Chicago Bears can't suck it. Chicago Bears can't suck it. And so can all their fans. Chicago Bears can't suck it. Chicago Bears can't suck it. Chicago Bears can't suck it. So can all their fans.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Guys, my name is Nicholas Paracchio, and I am a Chicago Bears fan. Where do I even start? I've been in a abusive relationship with Chicago Bears football since the year 1998. Nothing has gotten better. As a matter of fact, I would argue things have only gotten worse as time has gone on. I knew the recent 4-game win streak we were on was too good to be true. I knew it. And it was proven this past Sunday when we lost to a 1-win Ravens team who was down to not just their backup quarterback, their third-string backup quarterback. Guys, it's bad. It's bad. Now, guys, I normally would not play a song like The Chicago Bears Can Suck It before one of these streams, as you know, because I am a Bears fan and fucking hate the Packers, as most of you do, because the Packers can suck a fat one. But to say that I enjoy being a Bears fan would be an utter and complete lie. There is no joy in being a Chicago Bears fan. None whatsoever. Year after year, we tell ourselves that this year will be different, how things are finally going to change, and we end up digging ourselves a hole that we can't really dig out of as fans. We used to be one of the most likable fan bases in the NFL, despite the fact that we sucked, because at least we knew we sucked. We weren't one of those delusional teams that sucks, but still tries to be competitive, or still thinks they're competitive, like the 2018 Dolphins. However, what the Chicago Bears have evolved into is something like the 2018 Dolphins, the tank for Tua Dolphins. Every offseason, this fan base makes these embarrassing claims and predictions, and I don't know where they get this confidence from. I don't. I've been a Bears fan since 1998, since the day I was born, guys. I was born into this because, quite frankly, no one on earth chooses to be a Chicago Bears fan unless you're some sick fuck who enjoys misery. No one enjoys this. No one. No one voluntarily becomes a Bears fan unless they fucking hate themselves. And quite frankly, it sucks that my kids are probably going to be born into this too, because it's the worst. It's the worst. I don't want to hear the argument of, oh, being a Bears fan builds character. No, building a Bears fan doesn't build character. It builds generational trauma that we pass on to our children, like a family heirloom. It's really quite disgusting when you think about it. And our recent struggles really come down to one guy in particular, and a lot of you are probably going to tear me a new asshole for this one, because a lot of you seem to really, 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 really like this kid, but for some reason are in denial about him being a franchise quarterback, which he's not. Guys, I of course am talking about number 18, the quarterback for the Chicago Bears, Mr. Caleb Williams. I don't know where this idea that he's a generational talent came from. I don't. I understand he was a Heisman winner, probably about 3 years ago. But, like, look at the Heisman race the year he won it. Who else was going to win it? Guys, Caleb Williams is now a quarterback in the NFL who was the first overall pick in the 2023 draft, and he's barely QB4 in his own draft class. Drake May and Jaden Daniels have both absolutely blown him out of the water. Bo Nix hasn't exactly blown him out of the water, but has played better than Caleb. The only one you can really make an argument for would be Michael Penix, but even Penix, I mean, as unperfect as Penix is, he at least has a good game here and there. Whereas I think in the entirety of the time I've watched Caleb in his 20-plus starts as an NFL starter, I have seen one good start. And that was a few weeks ago against the Dallas Cowboys, where he threw for like 4 touchdowns. That was fantastic. That was the Caleb Williams we were promised when we drafted him out of USC. That was the Caleb Williams that was promoted to have generational talent. The Caleb Williams that was supposed to be the next Patrick Mahomes. And what we've gotten since then, and quite frankly every game prior to then, was a load of crap. And it's really quite sickening. It really kind of is. Guys, for those of you who don't know, Caleb Williams threw not 1 but 2 interceptions last season before he threw his first NFL touchdown. These past 2 weeks, he has thrown 0 touchdowns but 2 interceptions. And guys, for anyone that still wants to defend Caleb Williams, because you guys just can't seem to admit that he was the wrong guy yet again, you guys defend him with these 1 or 2 great plays that he makes a game, but he struggles with the basics. He struggles with fundamentals. He really does. And guys, I'm not making this up. This is literally what we've seen out of every Bears quarterback ever. Every single Chicago Bears quarterback ever. They will do these amazing things on 1 or 2 given plays a game. And then if you actually watch the full product of what they're putting out on the field, it's a load of crap. It's a load of crap. And again, I understand that some of you are just too prideful to admit that you were wrong yet again, because I get it. It hurts. It hurts to say that you were wrong. But as a Bears fan, you should be used to saying that. That's what I don't understand. As a Bears fan, y'all should be used to saying, okay, well, this one wasn't the answer. Time to look forward to the future. And guys, I am not an advocate for Tyson Bagent either. I want to make that abundantly clear. Guys, Tyson Bagent is probably twice as ass as Caleb Williams is. But at this point, you maybe just gotta see what you got in him. Like, maybe for a game, and then once you see that he sucks twice as much ass, you just go back to Caleb for the time being. But, like, I don't know what else to say, guys. I've been saying these things about Caleb Williams since he was drafted. Hell, since before he was drafted. I knew this kid wasn't a winner. He wasn't a winner in college. He still isn't a winner in the NFL. He struggles with fundamental football. For those of you who want to stick up for the kid, again, you're presenting me with evidence of one or two plays. Watch the full product, please. Please. Watch the full product. The kid is not good. He's not. And I don't think there's much else to say in that conversation about it. Guys, I don't know how else to tell you this other than he holds on. He holds onto the ball way too long. We take way too many sacks because of it. And trust me, guys, it's not. I don't want to hear it's the offensive line's fault no more. We actually went out this past offseason and got an offensive line. We have an offensive line. But guys, even my coach for my amateur team preaches this to the quarterbacks that throw me the ball every week in practice. It should be 1-2 release. 1-2 release. 1-2 release. Sometimes 3 if you can maybe get away with it. Caleb Williams, on the other hand, scrapes 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 seconds holding on to the ball. You can't do that. It should be 1-2 release or run. And what Caleb Williams will do instead is he will scramble around in the backfield, eventually running out of bounds with the ball, losing us 5 yards like a high school quarterback. Guys, this kid plays in the NFL. I don't know how else to put it to you, other than that is in stupidest man's terms for someone that doesn't understand football, without using any football jargon. That is how I can describe that Caleb Williams sucks. Granted, there are a ton of things I could go into and, prove that Caleb Williams sucks by using a whole bunch of football jargon, but guys, we're talking about Chicago Bears fans here. In case you guys haven't noticed, they're not exactly the brightest fan base out there. They're not. Because they think this kid's a franchise quarterback. He's not. It's painful. It's embarrassing. It's depressing to be a fan of this team. I understand that Browns fans exist and teams like that are perpetual failures still exist. But guys, the Detroit Lions look like they're going to win a Super Bowl before we win another one. The Detroit Lions, who are historically a laughingstock, are probably going to win a Super Bowl before the Chicago Bears ever make another Super Bowl. I don't know how sad that is for some of you, because I know as a Bears fan for years, I would at least be able to say, well, at least we're not the Lions, right? At least we're not the Lions. Sure, we lose to Big Brother in Green Bay every year, but at least we're not the Lions, right? Guys, the Detroit Lions are a good football team now, making us the butt of every joke in the division. Us as the Chicago Bears. We are the oldest franchise in the NFL, oldest existing franchise in the league. We've been around since 1920. Yet we are the only team out of 32 to not have a 4,000-yard passer in a season. We have never had a 4,000-yard passer in Chicago. The closest we've ever gotten was Jay Cutler. And even he fell short by a couple hundred yards. It's painful. And guys, I do mean this with all of my heart, guys. A lot of you are probably going to argue with this, but the best quarterback the Bears have ever had is still Jay Cutler. Some of you are going to argue with me that, oh, Caleb Williams is the man. Caleb Williams is going to absolutely prove Jay Cutler was a fool. And then there's some old geezers that are probably going to try to argue with me about, oh, Jim McMahon was the man. He was so great. Guys, I've seen the tape from Jim McMahon. Jim McMahon was not a good quarterback. He wasn't. Quite frankly, Jim McMahon was a slightly below average quarterback that got carried by Walter Payton. The greatest running back ever. Before the game was so pass heavy. When the game was more rush heavy than pass heavy. Jim McMahon was a slightly below average quarterback. So I don't even want to hear it from you old-ass geezers that want to say, oh, Jim McMahon was so great. No, he wasn't. He was average to below average. And, guys, going back to the 1-2 release thing, guys, again, that's just one of the things that makes playing quarterback the most difficult position to play in all of sports. In all of sports. Basketball, baseball, hockey, football, soccer, you name it, quarterback is the hardest position to play in all of sports. That is why you see guys in the NFL, there are a very select few who are elite at it, and then everyone else is average to below average. Guys, that's why guys like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, guys like that, they find it easy because they are extremely gifted at playing quarterback. They're not just athletes, they are born quarterbacks. They are bred quarterbacks. Caleb Williams, on the other hand, sure, the kid's an absolute athlete. There are the makings there of a fantastic athlete. As far as being a good quarterback goes, that is something that Caleb Williams is not. And proven that he is not time and time and time and time and time again. I think in layman's terms, guys, if you don't want to give up on Caleb Williams yet, and give up on the Chicago Bears yet, that is your right. As a delusional Bears fan, that is your right. But to say that Caleb Williams, or this team as a whole, has played up to expectations is a flat-out lie, and if you believe that, you're only lying to yourself. You can go online and find your echo chamber full of people that agree with you. That doesn't make you right. What makes you right is looking at statistics, looking at numbers, looking at things in context. Because, guys, what Bears fans love to do, what I've noticed, what this fan base's favorite thing to do when it comes to shielding Caleb Williams from criticism is they will pick stats out of context. They will pick stats out of context. Sure, the kid has a very low interception rating. He very rarely throws an interception. But guys, it is insanely hard to throw an interception when almost every single one of your throws is a 5-yard dump off. It's a 5-yard check down. Guys, the only deep-ish route that Caleb Williams can really throw is the dig route. Any other, like a go route, a fade, hell, even sometimes a general just post route, you'll see the receivers have to stop in stride to catch these footballs because he is not placing the ball accurately. He is not an accurate passer. Like, guys, I implore you, go watch the tape. And guys, once you do and realize that these numbers about Caleb Williams that look real good are taken out of context, you're going to come around to the realization of, wow, this kid is really kind of below average. That this is not what I was promised when we drafted him out of USC. Guys, the reason Caleb Williams looked so good in college was because he was in a Pac-12 conference that was already on its fucking deathbed. This was just prior to conference realignment. The Pac-12 was dying on its deathbed, breathing its last few breaths when Caleb Williams won his Heisman. Guys, if Caleb Williams played in the Big Ten now with USC, oh my God, the kid would be getting smoked week in and week out. He would. By teams like Oregon, who he also played in the Pac-12, by teams like Ohio State, who are the best team in college football, and teams like Indiana. Fucking Indiana would blow the Caleb Williams-led USC team Trojans out of the water. They are that good. And Caleb Williams is not. He's not. It's oh. Guys, I know I slapped my podcast episode name on this because it is partially my show. It's half my show, half Kenny's. And I figured that if I'm going to make a, impromptu emergency broadcast about football, I may as well slap the name on there. This is not an official episode of the Helmet Haven. This is not even part of the Helmet Haven's Football Fuck Up Sports Sim series. It's just me having to get these things off of my chest. Because, guys, I knew that 4-game win streak was too good to be true. We're still the same old Bears. We still suck. We still don't have a quarterback. And I don't know how else to explain that other than those three things. We are still the same old Bears. We still suck. And we still don't have a quarterback. It's painful. And I don't know where we go from here. Quite frankly, guys, as a Chicago Bears fan, born and raised, I would much prefer that we never, ever, ever draft a rookie quarterback ever again. Because once that Chicago Bears stink is on you, there's no getting it out. There's not. You guys want to say that Caleb Williams is the future of the franchise? No, he's the future backup in Pittsburgh. That's what he is. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. I thought things were finally going to be different when Ben Johnson came to town. And I figured, oh my God, we actually have a offensive-minded coach. Maybe, just maybe, this guy can fix Caleb Williams and turn him into an actually good quarterback, turning that number 1 overall pick into a valid pick and not a generational bust. But guys, that hasn't happened. That hasn't happened. The last 4 weeks, ever since we played the Dallas Cowboys, we have seen regression after regression after regression after regression. And these last 2 weeks against the Saints and now the 1-win Baltimore Ravens, who again, were not on their backup quarterback, but their third string quarterback. I don't know what else to say, guys. I don't. This is, again, if you guys tune into the actual episode of the podcast this week, you guys will probably get the chance to hear me reiterate all of this to you, because, quite frankly, I just need to do this so that I can do an abridged version on the podcast, because they're obviously, I have gone on about this team for the past 25 minutes to half hour, and I'm still just barely getting towards the end. There were a lot of things that I needed to get off my chest, and this just seemed to be the appropriate way to do it. Chicago, bear down in the basement. It's where we belong. We're going to get our ass kicked by Big Bro in Green Bay. We're going to get our ass kicked by former Little Bro and now Big Bro Detroit. And quite frankly, guys, we've already lost to the Vikings once. It wouldn't surprise me if we lose to them again. Hell, we've lost to the Lions once already, and that game was a straight belt-to-ass showing from the Lions. We got straight up embarrassed. Guys, if you want to know what Caleb Williams is in one game, watch him play the Detroit Lions this past season. Watch him play against the competent Detroit Lions defense this past season. The kid cannot read defenses. He can't. He just can't. And I'm not saying that just to rag on him. Reading a defense is hard. It's really hard. But again, that's what makes playing quarterback the most difficult position to play in all of sports. It's not just ragging. This is valid criticism of my own fan base. Because for some reason, some of you refuse that you want to admit that it's time to have this talk about our quarterback. It is 100% time to have this talk about our quarterback. And if you don't believe that, you're simply lying to yourself. Guys, I will see you later this week on the podcast. This has been Confessions of a Chicago Bears Fan. I am Nicholas Paracchio, and quite frankly, fuck you, Chicago Bears, for making my life a living hell for about 27 years. And quite frankly, it's going to continue. Because until we can stop shielding our mediocre to below average quarterback from this valid criticism, nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change. The protection and shielding of Caleb Williams from Chicago Bears fans is what promotes and endorses the decades-long of, not even just mediocrity, the decades-long of incompetency of the Chicago Bears football franchise. Bear down in the basement. I'll see you this week on the podcast, guys. And if you're a Bears fan like me, good luck. I really ain't got much else to say other than that. Good luck. I'll see you guys on the podcast.
Chi-town, stand up, this a squad, this a pride. Monsters of the Midway, watch them clash, watch them ride. One city, one team, yeah, we bring that fight. Orange and blue, run deep, yeah, we bleed that life. Sunday light shine, we were born for the stage. Legacy, run strong, flipping history's page. Cold winds blow, but the fire don't fade. We break through the noise, let the doubters cave. Turn it up, let's hear that sound. Stomp the ground, shake the ground. Clap your hands, raise them high. Feel the thunder in the sky. Go Bears, let's rise, we don't stop. Monsters, hunting, taking the top. Chi-town strong, we that crowd ignite, defense locking down. We don't play polite. Hustle on the field, every yard, every down. Heart of the city, we don't mess around. Opponents break when they feel that hit. Fourth quarter grind, we don't never quit. Stripes on the helmet, pride in our chest. Line them up, knock them down, we the best.